What's up, guys? Seth here with Activated Performance. I guess Dr. Seth here today because we are on the rehab side of things. And this video is going to be laying out the framework that I use for pretty much every patient encounter and every rehab plan that I build. So, what do you do if you're broken? First thing that we're going to do is we are going to tell ourselves that we are not broken. Yeah, we might be in pain. Yes, we might have tissue damage, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're broken. That doesn't mean that we're screwed. That doesn't mean that we can't do anything about it. If we keep telling ourselves that we are broken, that is giving ourselves a reason to not get out of pain, giving ourselves a reason to not do anything about it. What we need to do is realize that, yeah, we might be in pain, but that doesn't mean that we can't do anything. That doesn't mean that we're ruined. That doesn't mean that things can't be fixed. And yeah, things might need to heal, and that's why we're going to set things up to allow healing to occur. And yeah, there are certain things, there are certain levels of degeneration, there are certain issues that might not heal, but that doesn't mean that we're broken still. We can adapt to structural changes, we can adapt to structural alterations, and things like labrum tears, things like disc herniations, things like disc degeneration, yeah, that might never return back to full, air quote, healthy status, but that doesn't mean that we need to be limited in our performance by them. We can still do a whole lot with a missing meniscus. We can do a whole lot with a herniated disc. We can do a whole lot with degeneration in pretty much any joint. It's just a matter of building up the tolerance and building up strength and building up what we can do with it over time. And yeah, we may be limited at the rate we can progress if we do have structural limitations, but we still can make progress and we still can make things better. So, step 2, once we accept that we're not broken and we realize that we can do something about it and that we can get our way out of pain, what we really just need to do is recognize where we are limited, realize what we can't do, realize what ranges of motion hurt, realize what actions hurt, and realize where we are limited. Because if we think about what we are limited in and what things do cause us pain, what things do irritate our bodies, we can use what's limited as a tool to build back to what we want to do. So again, it's like, if you know that lowering a bench hurts, we can think, okay, what is the components of that movement? What is happening in that movement? What do I need to improve in order to feel better benching? It's like, once we know where the limitation is, we can begin to address that limitation. Step 3 is going to be, once we know what the limitation is, we gotta know what we wanna be able to do with it. And once we know what we wanna be able to do with it, it really is so easy just to go to step 4 and say, okay, how do we bridge this gap? So we know what we are limited in, we know what we want to do, and step 4 is just bridging that gap back to function, taking what we can do right now without limitation, knowing what we are limited in, and then finding a way to scale things and move things along step by step by step so that we can get out of pain and get back to full function. And yeah, it is super insanely simple to lay it out like this. And yeah, there is some nuance on case-by-case basis with different issues, but all it really is just taking what we can't do, finding ways to progress it, finding ways to load it, finding ways to challenge it, and finding ways to scale it to get back to what we want to actually do in our sport, in our activities, in the gym, outside, doing whatever the hell we want to do. And it's like, if people are missing on this, the biggest places they're missing are they're probably starting too heavy, too hard, or they're not progressing fast enough. So it's easy to err on the side of doing things way too crazy at first and exceeding your capacity, or it's really easy to be a little bit too cautious, not wanting to make things worse, but then end up not getting anywhere because you're not giving yourself enough challenge to generate an adaptation. So guys, hopefully you got something in that. If you need any help, if you want any assistance, if you want a full plan laid out, just shoot me a DM. Obviously, I have to do an appointment and charge for a plan, but super easy to give you guys some guidance. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you got something out of that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that yada, yada, yada. Peace.